All right, the mic is on. We're running a little bit short on time today because I have a work presentation around 6 p.m. We're here around what time? 3:50. So we got to get through today through quads, adductors, calves, biceps, and forearms, and then hopefully we can do a little bit of cardio for like 10 minutes. But we're gonna do maybe two warm-ups for sure because we want to make sure we're getting our warm-ups, and then we're gonna move on to our top set. But we're gonna stick to maybe 7 to 8 sets. Let's just try to hurry up and get these through. We still got to get home and prepare a little bit for this presentation. So, and we still got a ways to go. Okay, let's have another plate and let's see how that feels. Okay, second warm up. We're gonna try this one with the belt, and then on the actual working set, we're gonna try the knee sleeves on the belt for maybe 245s and a 35 with maybe like a 1.25. Honestly, probably won't go too crazy. And we also want to progress little by little. If I try to make a quick jump of like 2.5, what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna feel like at 2 or 3, and I kind of want to get at least a solid 4 to 5, hopefully, when we at that 1.25. But we'll see. All right, let's go grab some 35s. Like I mentioned, we're gonna progress, but we're not gonna go too crazy right away because we don't want to get hurt. So we're gonna do these. We're gonna add these 1.25 to this 35. This is the first time we kind of go up from 35 outside of our bulk. When we started, maybe when was our bulk? I think like 4 months ago, if I remember correctly. So it's been a minute since we actually went up in weight. So let's see how this bad boy feels. Hopefully, we can get at least a solid 4 to 5. I hope so. I hope so. Let's I know that the two plays felt kind of light, so I was like, oh, maybe. But sometimes I'd be overestimating my strength, which kind of sucks. Worst case scenario, I end up either pause setting or drop set. Either one of those. One more, come on. Come on. And then I drop set. Come on. Come on. One more. Okay. One more. we tried at least. All right, we got 4. Let's drop set this. All right. We're gonna drop set this, but let's put this up first. We're gonna do the 20 because that's what we have available to us. And then for our second set, we're gonna do 25 with the 1.25. But let's do this bad boy for at least another 3. Oh my God. Ah. There you go. We got that. Let's do 25. No, it's 26.5 for a second one because we're gonna do 25s with 1.25. Okay. For our second set, we are gonna do 2 45s with the 25 and a small little weight of 1.25. So that way we can slowly start progressing as we start to eat a little bit more food. I weighed myself this morning, I'm at 155. So we're kind of around there. It just kind of it kind of depends on the day. Sometimes if I eat something a little bit more salty, I'll hold in a little bit more water. And so maybe the next morning I'll weigh a little bit more than usual. And then it kind of slowly goes away throughout the week. So that's why some people say to kind of take a look at your average, and that should tell you how much you're losing weight. But man, to start calculating that, it's already difficult enough to try to figure out your macros for most people. So I don't blame folks if they get overwhelmed with a lot of this stuff. But that doesn't mean that we should get lazy and do it and not do it. So you should be counting your calories if you want to make some solid progress. Mostly when it comes to bodybuilding, it's really important. Okay, we're gonna take maybe like another minute to 2 minutes, and then we're gonna start our second set. So, because of Jasmine's schedule and I, we both have kind of like reverse schedules. And so when she gets home, she feeds the cats sometimes, just kind of depending on how our schedule goes. But I usually tend to feed them before I head to the gym. And so when she gets home, if let's say she goes to the gym first, she'll ask me if she already fed the cats because the cats will try to make it seem like they haven't ate. But man, they're tricky. They are tricky, especially Belly. He'll scream at you with this desperation, but he would get like the biggest bowl of food, and like they always get wet food and dry food with every meal, and they usually get fed like around 9 a.m., 2 p.m. around there, 3 p.m. sometimes, and then like around 9, right a little bit before we go to sleep. And yeah, that's usually what their schedule looks like. But if we're a little bit late, man, all hell breaks loose, and Paco's the first one at the door letting us know that he is not happy with us. So we for sure need to feed them before we leave the house, or else they're gonna be pissed at us. I always every time I come home, I tell one of the cats, I'm like, hey, I dedicated today's lift to you, because I think it's pretty funny. But let's do this. Let's do the second one. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully, we can get Enough here. Let me take out my shoes. Sometimes when there's too much space in the shoe, I don't feel as stable. There you go. Way better. Let's try to do two more. One more. Can we get one more? Fuck it. Oh my God. This is this last one. Actually, surprisingly, I have a lot of energy today. Even though I look a little tired, I feel like it's not kicking my ass like it did yesterday. Yesterday's chest day was pretty brutal. I was feeling every single set. I think after the first set of 80s, I feel like that depleted my whole energy for the entire workout, which kind of sucked because then I felt super sluggish throughout. But we still kind of pushed through. We tried as hard as we could. But today, luckily, our first set did not do that. So I think we still have some energy to do at least 5 to 6 with 25s, plus 245s, and then move over to some leg press. I was thinking about doing some single leg press just to kind of switch up a little bit, but we don't have that much time today, so we're going to just do a double. Let's go ahead and do this third one and move on to the next thing before it gets busy in here. Let's take off our shoes actually. For the folks that are new, some people might be asking, why do I take off my shoes? Usually for things like RDLs, for any leg movements, if I feel the actual floor, I get a better mind muscle connection. I feel like I can use my quad so much more efficiently. I feel way more stable than when I have shoes on. I feel like if the shoes aren't specifically just made for my feet, like if they're just super cushioned, no room at all, then I can probably run to squat. But if there's any room whatsoever and my feet are moving a little bit, it becomes a little bit difficult. But let's finish this third one and see how it goes. Try to hit for 2 more, and then we'll drop some. Okay. That was good. Let's go on to our next exercise. Let's go ahead and let's do the second exercise, man. I think we're gonna stay here for 2 sets and then move over to some leg extensions afterwards. These are feeling pretty good today, honestly. I am super happy with how fast we're able to do it today, and then how much more energy we have, which is nice. So let's get through with these real quick. I don't think we're gonna take off our shoes just because with these it's a little bit harder to untie them and then tie them back up, and it's a whole process. Let's see how this goes. One more. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's do one more just like that. Oh my god. Let's uh let's do this second one. I already know this one's gonna kick our ass, so we ended up moving down a little bit from 310 to 300, and I think that should still be pretty challenging. I'm already seeing stars, man. That last one took the breath away for sure. I was like super shaky, super rare. Hopefully this second one doesn't feel as hard. I'm hoping. We'll see. But we're getting closer and closer to finishing the day. And then we ride the rest of the week. It's a lot more calm. Today's gonna be the most busy day that we have out of the week, so we just gotta get through today. And we'll be in the clear. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. Have a bit of a lazy weekend, hopefully. Okay, let's do this last one. Ah. All right, that was good. Oh, I think we're gonna do this about one leg at a time. What we're gonna do to extend a little bit range of motion is use this little block right here. I'm just gonna put it in between my foot right here and just do one leg at a time. I couldn't find the other little seat extender that I typically use. So we are going to improvise. See how this goes. Ooh, I don't do. So it doesn't hurt my shin. What I'll do is I'll bring down my knee sleeve and then it becomes a perfect shield. All right, so six. Okay, you got 6 on this side. Or this six on this. Oh. All right, so I the other little seat extender I use is typically a little bit more comfortable in this thing, but this is a tiny bit thicker, so I'm getting a little bit more range of motion, which is nice, but it's not that comfortable. It hurts my shin even with these sleeves. So let's just try to push through. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna hit the same way, hit it for another 6. Start off with our left, and then one to our right. Let's see what time it is too. Okay, we still have plenty of time. We have an hour and 30 minutes, and we're almost at quads. I mean at biceps. So we have some pretty good timing. So it's not gonna be a lot of talking throughout this one. All right, let's do it. There we go. Yeah. We got 5. I'm just I would prefer not to hurt my shins, but it is what it is. Let's try a drop set real quick. Or pause set it kind of. I'm gonna raise the weight a little bit and do it with both legs at the same time. For a quick little finisher. Put my legs a little bit more together to extend the range of motion. Try to get as many as you can. There we go. That's it. That's it. Okay. It seems like we're getting a little bit lucky today because we're in a hurry. So maybe luck is because on our side. So we're gonna do our first exercise for bicep, which is gonna be with this cable machine that we really like. Honestly, you're always gonna be seeing me here because I do most of my exercises with cable machines because honestly they're the best things you can do, in my opinion. But we're gonna do 3 sets of behind the body, and then I'm thinking 2 sets of just some regular curls with the cables, and then we'll do maybe like I don't know, maybe we'll see something whatever we do next. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe do some preacher curl to end it off. Yeah. And I like them at the same time. Oh, I think on our next one we're gonna do 30s. That at 33 is so hard, but I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good pump with that. Okay. We're running a little bit short on time now. Let's try to finish this. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick pause. And my dude, my legs are so tired that they're like shaking, but I'll take a quick pause and hit it for at least two more. If my legs stop shaking because it kind of throws me off a little bit. Okay. 5 more seconds and then we'll do the next one. Or the pause set. All right, let's do it. Okay. My legs have never are never shaking this much, and it's just like I think that's just because I'm just so tired. Watch me try to go down the stairs and then I end up fucking falling. That would fucking suck. I'll end up in someone's like meme page or something. All right, what's the next one? Okay. I think now we're gonna move over to some single arm work. I think we're gonna start with our left hand because that's the hand that we want to grow, and then so that way we can match our right side with our left. That way it catches up a little bit because sometimes when you're doing like let's say just one handle in itself, sometimes your right hand can be doing or your dominant hand can be doing a little bit more work. And so I think I just recommend using throwing in some single arm work, single leg work, just to avoid a little bit of that muscle imbalance. But if you do have a little bit of a muscle imbalance, you shouldn't really have to worry about it because after time, your body part will progress. So don't trip too much about it. Typically, you're the one that can tell the most out of people. So don't worry about it. Most people can't really tell if you have like a muscle imbalance. It's usually you because you're really hyper focused on yourself. You see yourself every day, so try not to trip about it, even though it can be hard sometimes. Okay, dude, my leg keeps shaking, but let's do our second one, our second exercise, and we're gonna do some. What I want to do is stretch a little bit, and hopefully that helps. Really? That was pretty good. The leg shaking is throwing me off just a tiny bit, but we'll get through it. I think we're gonna move down to 23 and then try to do at least a solid 10, and I think that should be pretty good. Okay, that's what we're saying. We're gonna do 23. That's all part of the exercise. Oh my god. Nice. Okay, let's go on to some preacher curls now, man. I am I'm pretty big. Let's go do that. Let's go ahead. And let's do this last one. I was just noticing that yesterday I lost my magnets in my mic. That's the second one that I lose. But we're gonna do this one for 2 sets, and then we're gonna move over to some farm work after that. Let's see how we do with that. We're gonna do a single arm work for this too, just because I want to make sure my left hand is going. No, this up just a touch bit. That's good. There you go. So how you doing? Pretty good. Okay. That's a 7 on this side. Or 6.5 because we can barely get that seventh one honestly. So let's try to get like 6 and a quarter. So let's uh let's do one more just like that. And my leg is non-stop shaking, which kind of sucks. All right, let's finish it off with I think some double arm would be pretty good for maybe this. I guess we would almost call it like a pause set. Well, that felt pretty good. I think to save a little bit of time on the next one, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it two at the same time, and that should be good. Let's let's do the last one now. Let's do this on me. There it goes. Let's do this last one. We're gonna do it two hands at the same time, and then we're gonna move over to some farm work. I don't think I am going to record the farm work just because I need to kind of get it done fast because we're running a little bit short on time. Our presentation is coming up. What time is it? It is 5:20, so we need to finish up actually pretty fast. I don't think we're gonna be able to do cardio today, which is fine. We'll just do it tomorrow, because we're running late, and then we're maybe like 15 minutes away, and I need to practice at least one time. Let's do it. Okay, that was pretty good. Let's go do some farm work. Like I mentioned, I won't record it. The next clip is gonna be of the quick post down, and then we're gonna do maybe a small car talk on the way home. I'll go ahead and see what kind of damage we get today. Nice. Okay, let's switch over now to the car talk. But it was a crazy leg day. Crazy Thursday. Let's see one more. Let's go.